We're going to start with Ian Bolton from Sky Sports News. Please go ahead, use the chat facility underneath to ask a question. Thank you.
Hi there. I don't know whether you can see me. Don't know whether you can hear me. I think I've managed to sort a few things out. Okay, marvellous. I don't seem to be able to record my end, but we'll sort that out. Listen, I just wonder how you assess England's day.
I would say we started off very well. I thought we bowled very well in the morning session. I mean, credit to Pakistan as well. I thought they batted very well. We asked a lot of questions, beat the edge a lot. And then obviously after lunch, we weren't so good. We bowled one too many sort of four balls really, and obviously gave the momentum back to Pakistan. They capitalised on that. Obviously the short session tonight will create chances, but it's I think that'll be it in a nutshell, to be honest.
Why do you think that was the case? Why do you think you lost the momentum after lunch?
I mean, whether it's just we're not quite on the money when we first went out there, potentially. Who knows why these things happen? I think the challenge is for us, and the challenge I've thrown out in the dressing room tonight, talking to the boys, is if that situation happens again, and it will do. Not everything's going to go our way all the time. How do we wrestle that back and sort of drag momentum back towards ourselves a little bit more? So I think that's a challenge moving forward for us.
What do you need to see tomorrow morning from your players?
I would like to see a repeat of how we started this morning, to be honest, and how we've bowled. Throughout the West Indies Test matches, well, certainly the last two anyway, where we challenge the batsman, we get the ball in good areas within the stumps into play, and make life hard work for them. And if we do that, I think we give ourselves the best chance of success.
Listen, on a more light-hearted note, did you see the head tennis or the heading the ball into the bin? What did you make of that?
I thought it was very skillful, to be honest. It took them a while to do it, but eventually they did it. So it shows they're very determined.
Are they frustrated footballers?
Yeah.
Thanks, Ian. We'll go with Rory, please. Rory Dillard.
Yeah, Chris, you said that obviously after lunch the guys weren't quite up to scratch really with the plans. I guess Babar Azam is a player who can, if that is the case, can take that away from you. It's probably just a reminder, is it, that he's someone you've got to be probably up at 100% all the time when you're playing against them?
Absolutely. We know we're up against some very good batsmen. And if we're not on the top of our game, they will take it away from us. We know that, and that's what happened. So, like I say, it's a timely reminder. But the one thing is there's still a lot of time left in this game. We're still holding the rate back below freeze. So, we're happy with that respect. But we have to be on the money tomorrow morning. And
do you feel like you wake up tomorrow morning thinking slightly different about things if Joss manages to take one of those two chances either side of the rain break?
They do, but no one means to miss them. So we'll continue to give a lot of support, as we always do, to every member of our squad. And tomorrow he'll come back, and he's very capable of doing something very special tomorrow for us.
Okay, Stefan, BBC, please.
Chris, just picking up on the chances that Joss missed, there was a drop at Southampton that was costly. Is there a danger that the focus that's been on his batting recently may be bleeding into the keeping?
Certainly not from us at the moment now. It's for us, he's been tidy behind there more often than not. So like I say, we'll keep giving him the support that he needs to make sure he's got the confidence behind there, because we all know he's very capable of doing some very special things for us.
Okay, Dean Wilson, please.
I suppose I just wondered what your thoughts were on the way Joe managed to kind of rotate the bowling and I guess to kind of step up in a way on this occasion that Chris Woakes and Jofra Archer were, when they took over from Jimmy and Stuart. Just how impressed were you with their initial contributions?
I thought it was very good. The great thing for me, obviously, as coach is I look around and I've got two guys that have got 500 test wickets each, and I've got guys that are coming on after them that are equally producing some very, very fine pieces of bowling. So from my point of view, I feel very lucky that I've got such a good squad around me, and I was impressed at the way that both of them bowled. And Wokes is just carrying on that good form, but he had him obviously the last test against West Indies as well.
And just on Jofra, were you kind of pleased to see the way he got his wicket? I think they talked a little bit about it on Sky, just the aggression he showed, a bit of short stuff, and then maybe slightly tentative with the batsman coming forward. Is that the kind of ploy that you want to see from him?
I think so, yeah. Jofra's going to be learning all the time. We've still got to remember he's still young into his international career. So he's not going to get it right all the time. But what we did see today was a fine piece of bowling. He pushed the batsman back and then pitched it up and knocked the stumps over. I thought it was a fine piece of bowling.
Yeah, thanks.
Will Matt first and then John Etheridge, please.
Chris, there's a bit of talk about England going to Pakistan for a tour. Wasim Khan has said today he'd like to see that before 2022. Is that something you think players would now be open to? It's obviously a long time, 15 years since England have been to Pakistan, but players have been for the PSL and that kind of stuff. Do you think we're getting there? It's pretty close.
I think we are getting there, to be honest. Personally, I would have no problem with that. I've never been to Pakistan, so it'd be nice to go there and have a look, really. I know the batsmen would look forward to batting on their wickets. So it's, it's obviously, for me, it's great, but obviously it's back in topic of conversation, and we're looking to get that. So I think it's a good bonus.
John Etheridge, please.
Chris, do you expect Ben to be able to bowl at all?
Sorry, say that again, John.
Do you expect Ben to be able to bowl at all?
Yeah, he may get some overs in. We weren't 100% confident that he could play the full fourth seamer role, hence obviously going with the team that we did, the unchanged team. But it'd be nice, if at some point in this game that Ben could start turning his arm over. But what I don't want to do is put any pressure on him to have to do that if he's not quite right yet.
And do you think, would it be fair to say that Jimmy was slightly out of sorts today?
Yeah, he was just struggling for a little bit of rhythm. But, there's a bowler that, God, I've felt that before. It happens. But, the great thing is, as I've said to Jimmy, you only have one ball away from finding that rhythm again. And when he does, we know how devastating it is.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll finish off with two from Pakistan. We're going to go with Saeed Haider. Please.
My question from Chris. Today, there's a good start from your bowlers. Jofra Archer and Chris Wokes bowl really well. But suddenly, Babar Azam and Shan Masood have a partnership. So what's your planning for tomorrow morning to break that partnership?
Absolutely. First and foremost, we have to apply pressure on the batsmen. We know that, they are capable of taking the game away from us. So we've got to apply pressure, we've got to be disciplined in our approach, and we've got to execute the plans well. So that will be, sort of the plan for the moment.
And then the final question, Amir Hussain, please.
Hi, Chris. Basically, my question is regarding Pakistan's choice of two leg spinners. Were you surprised that they went for that kind of combination? Or, was that something you also considered?
No, the wicket is, we've started dry this time and we have on the previous two tests, so I can see the logic in what they're thinking. It's not something that we thought of doing, if I'm brutally honest. But, I can see their thinking. And it'd be interesting to see, obviously, if the sun does come out here, what happens to the pitch if it continues to dry out and if it starts turning.
Okay, thank you.